Fund. So we call it TREF, Tulsa Real Estate Fund. This is an SEC registered financial investment vehicle. It's a real estate crowd fund. And it works like this. So everybody talks about President Obama's legacy being about the quote-unquote Obamacare or Affordable Care Act and arguing that. But what everyone forgot about, in President Obama's legacy was that in 2012, President Obama passed what's called the Jobs Act. And what the Jobs Act did, right? So I'm gonna give you a quick history lesson. Back in the 1920s, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, there was one of the most successful black communities called Tulsa Greenwood, or the Black Wall Street. And so over some race allegations, that community was burned down by European American or white protesters, and the local government dropped bombs on the community, and they detained, I think, over 3,000 of our people. Several people died in that incident. Hundreds of businesses were destroyed. And so during that time, black people or poor people, any Americans, could raise money by simply just putting something in a newspaper or just getting together saying, yo, y'all want to go in on this? Or we all could just put money in and go in. And that was it. But once the Great Depression happened in the 1930s, the SEC started what's called the Accredited Investors Act. And so what that did is stopped everyday people from being able to invest together. It said in order to invest in a pool of money, or to add to a pool of money or have a fund, you had to have a net worth of $1 million or more. This is back in 1930s. So back in 1930s, they said, hey, for y'all to be able to pull your money together again, you got to have a net worth of $1 million or more, each person. So that cut 99% of our people out. So people say, well, why couldn't we build another Black Wall Street? It's because we couldn't collectively pull our resources the same kind of way, effectively. And so in 2012, President Obama passed the Jobs Act, and what he said is, we're deregulating the Accredited Investors Act. So now, to President Obama's credit, his legacy, now the non-accredited and the accredited investor can invest in real estate funds together. What that means is, so right now, an accredited investor is someone that has a net worth of $2 million or more current day, or earns $250,000 of yearly income. So what President Obama said is, nah, people that make under $250,000 a year and people that have a net worth under $2 million can now invest with the same accredited investors. We're not cutting out the little person no more. And so we have taken advantage of this Jobs Act, and what it has allowed us to do through Tulsa Real Estate Fund, which is launching on June 1st right here at the Civil Rights Museum in Atlanta. On June 1st, we make our huge public announcement. And August 17th, on Marcus Garvey's birthday, we'll go live for funding. Now what we're able to do is we have a vehicle where everybody from our community can invest in one fund together with investment limits as low as $500. And if you ain't got that, you can activate your account with $50 and make installments to gain your $500 investment. And if you want to invest more, if you got thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions, you can do that too. So we have high-level net worth investors, family offices, affluent investors, everyday mom and pop investors, senior citizens, college kids. Everybody involved can invest as little as $500 into our fund, which will then go out and acquire real estate assets in our community, buy our blocks back. The dope part about it with this fund is that every investor that invests gets an 8% preferred return on their investment, which beats 90% of your stock market, mutual funds, pensions, 401ks, and everything else. You get an 8% preferred return on your investment, and we all split the profits 50-50, with your prorated share of your investment. So this allows you not to only just go invest and get a good return, but also be an equity owner in whatever we buy. So we talk about going to build a city within a city. We talk about building a Black Wall Street. We talk about nation building. We talk about going to buy up the west side, the east side, or this side, or that side, buying up Detroit, competing with Dan Gilbert, buying up Baltimore, buying up Oakland, buying up Chicago, buying up Baltimore, wherever it is we want to go, North New Jersey. We're starting right here in Atlanta on the west side. I got meetings all this week with councilmen and everyone else and all the little, them people. But we're going to be able to pool our resources together and go acquire community centers, go acquire our own schools, go acquire and build our own hospitals, go buy rows of our own housing together, and everyone is an owner in it, even for a small investment is $500. So this allows the everyday person to drive by and say, that's my hotel right there, even if you only are 1.001% owner, or that's my blocks right there. And so what this does, not only it is a better financial instrument and vehicle potentially than other investment vehicles, but secondly, I believe it'll raise the morale of our community. Everyone will get to feel what ownership feels like, what owning your block feels like. That will help reduce the crime in our community when there's less bandos and vacant homes in our community. There's less activity, less litter in our community, because you ain't gonna want to litter and leave that water bottle there because you know you done put in on this right here. You ain't gonna have anybody messing up your stuff, messing up your investment. So this allows us to be able to go out and invest together, where everyone has their own individual investment account. You can see where your money is parked, what's going on with your investment, what's up with your dividends, your yearly returns, all your fees, all your administration, everything you need, all sophisticated, organized, and civilized within this site. And everyone can go join this movement. I'm not saying invest today. We're not collecting money today, but you can go read more about this and get on our email list to get notified of our press conference and our other releases. Just go to TulsaRealEstateFund.com. That's TULSA. And this is just one fund of 20. We have the vision for 20 funds over the next 3 years. And it's been a Tulsa Fund franchise where we'll have not just funds for real estate, but funds for education, funds for health and wellness, funds for entertainment. This allows us to pull our money together and go out and buy our own teams, or start our own labels, or do our own movies, or do whatever the hell we want to do. We gotta stop talking about it, start being about it. But it always gotta be the how-to. It's cool to say some shit, but then how do you do it? So we put in the legwork and the research to figure out how we do it. And again, this launches June 1st, TulsaRealEstateFund.com. And this is how we as a community take the same strategies I told you, where everyone can level up individually. Now as a community, we can take these same strategies, have our own bank in essence. I don't want to use the word bank, but say fund, but I'm saying a financial vehicle and a pool of resources that we can go allocate to where we know we need it in our own hoods. And so this is my vision, our vision of what we're doing as a community. So, excuse me, Ken. So you got your individual strategies from home ownership. I told you guys, Urban League, Invest Atlanta, there's a bunch of others you can research where you go in regards to down payment assistance to buying your first home. There's wholesaling real estate. I want to tell you guys how you can learn more about this with us. There's buying and flipping and buying and holding. We covered the opportunity cost of money in the different financial vehicles. And we're also going to teach you tomorrow. Now, if you can't make it out tomorrow night, you also can watch this on live stream. We'll be live streaming this event as well. If you're someone around the country that's watching this, you can live stream this event tomorrow from 7 to 9 p.m. jmorrisonacademy.com on how to use your 401k, IRA, stocks, and pensions. And we'll be doing it in person in Buckhead. And then we're showing you exactly how we pool our resources through the Tulsa Real Estate Fund, which is launching soon. Now, I want to open up for some questions and answers. Before I do that, I just want to tell you, for those who want to learn those real estate strategies, so it's May 25th, I believe, right guys? Corey?
Yes.
Yep, on Thursday, May 25th, we're going to start our evening classes from, I believe it's 7 to 9 p.m. or 7 to 8:30, something like that. We're going to have our J. Morrison Academy evening classes starting May 25th. And all you got to do is go to our website, jmorrisonacademy.com, or call our 800 number during office hours to get signed up, 1-844-JOIN